Hey everyone, how's it going? Angela Wolf here, and what do we got planned today? Well, I popped in, had to check the calendar because it's the weather is insane here. I told you yesterday it was 70, beautiful. Today it's snowing, so great day to sew. I cleaned my entire studio yesterday. Yeah, got to do that like once a month. Just give it like a big decluttering, and I found a really good UFO project. Not the shirt I'm wearing. Nope, nope. But it's one of those green sweater knits. Do you remember? Here, let me bring you up. Do you remember this? Well, it looks like a little bit of a mess right now, right? So I made a really cute sweater out of this. Every time I wear it, you all are like, oh my gosh, that color looks great on you. Not this one. This one's a little bit lighter. That one is a ribbed green, and I love that green. So I made a shirt, and I love it. I wore it last weekend, and guess what? I forgot to hem it. So it's in my UFO project to hem, but in the Fashion Sewing Club, I cut out a gorgeous cardigan and a tank top. Remember when we designed the cardigan just last month in Fashion Sewing Club? If you missed those episodes, you can pop back into the Fashion Sewing Club to see those. We designed an entire cardigan, and I even added pockets, and I didn't finish sewing mine. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. And we have a great giveaway. So you have just, I think, maybe 3 more minutes. I'll bring the giveaway up here. Hold on. I'll drop the link. I'm not sure if it's still open because I closed it shortly after the live show today because we're giving away these fabulous embroidery trays designed by Laserby. So if you've missed these are really cool. They're the Angela Wolf branded. You can write in the number of the thread you're using, and I'm always all over the place. So even though this goes from 1 to 24, which sometimes I do use 24 colors, but now I have the option of if I'm using 2 different things on 2 different machines, I can mark them, or I can mark them all for one big project. And so Laserby is designing these for me. You could custom order them, and a lot of people already did, which thank you, by the way. Thank you. And they're giving one away. They sent me an extra one, a freebie for you. So you gotta love that. So Kelly, Sharon, thank you. I'm very excited to have an Angela Wolf thread trays, especially when you can customize them. All right. Peg, you bought a set anyway. Well, even if you win one, then you'll have 2, right? So they are being manufactured right now. And so they should be shipping out, I'm going to guess maybe a week from now. I don't have the exact date, but as soon as they're here, I've got the boxes ready to ship them out. Hey, Lisa. All right, so let me, got to bring this up here. Let me bring up, and so you can make sure, did you see the contest link? You got to click that and enter. If you did not, I think they are too. Hey, Karina. A lot of you already have these, but do you have the Angela Wolf ones? Because they'll match your pink mats. Definitely. All right. Contest says closed, Shirley. All right, then it's closed. Because I closed it because we're going to draw today. So if you didn't enter by now, sorry, guys, you're out. Out of luck. All right, let's head over to the table. I'm going to show you what I'm working on. And I have my serger already. I was going to thread it before I saw you here, but then I thought, wait a minute. You are all, a lot of you have asked about the air threader. So let's thread it together. I've got the dark green ready to go. Let me just make sure I'm checking the configuration. Hold on a second. It's probably going to give me a code. Oh no, I'm able to get in. Hold on a second. For all of you watching live, it says it ended at 1:30 at 1 o'clock. Why don't we end it at 1:30? 1:30 p.m. It is in the future. Oh, sorry. It ended at 1:30. Okay, let's end it at 2. How's that? I'm changing it right now for you. February 28th, 2 p.m. You've got 30 minutes to go and enter again. So, and I think you can only enter once per person. Let me double check. Yeah. only once. So if you've already entered, you can't enter again. Oh, thanks, Karina. Okay, everyone, let's head to the table. Let's do some sewing, and I'll do this drawing in 30 minutes. One more quick thing for you. I know a lot of you are packing and getting ready for Puyallup. When we're done sewing here after the giveaway, I'm going to give you a list of booths in case you don't know them. And Kai Scissors is going to do a little Wolfpack meet and greet. I think it's Friday at 4 o'clock. Friday at 4 o'clock. So make sure you enter that. Hey, Bev, it's the link I just posted. I think you've already entered. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive. So, all right, guys, let's go sew. If you scroll up to my comments there, Bev, you can click on that. It'll take you away from Facebook, though, just so you know. Okay. I'll meet you at the cutting table. So, let me show you what I found in my UFO stash. I kind of had to piece it together. So, now I already have a shirt out of this that has a beautiful V-neck, which I really like. I found a back. I'll put it sideways so you can see it. A back. And I found a front with the V-neck. I'm assuming, I'm going to go on a limb here and guess that this was a tank top to go underneath the cardigan. You know, like a matchy-matchy type thing. And when I looked at this, I noticed that the neckline, can you see that? The front is a little shorter than the back side for shoulder wise. So I need to change that so they match. And I'm probably going to use a thicker neckline anyways for the V-neck, so that will fill in this space. So if you ever have a top and you're doing a pattern hack where you want the neckline to be a little wider, just line up your shoulders. And I know that I'm going to need to cut to about right here. Now, I don't want to cut way down because I don't want to lower back. This is kind of a wintry outfit. So I gave myself a little snip there, fold it in half. And again, Fashion Sewing Club, we did this. We did a lot of this in the Fashion Sewing Club. So you can go back if you want to make your own cardigan. Right, where's my little snip? I don't see it. Do you ever notice if you've got just one little chip in your nails, it sticks to the it sticks to the fabric. All right, where's my top? I got to mark this again. I got a couple sleeves. That's for the cardigan. All right, here's the top. And I know that the front collar goes all the way out to the edge here. So this is what I'm going to do just to make this even. So notice I took more away from the shoulders and just evened out the back because I want the collar to go up on my neck. I don't want it to be too low. So now my shoulder seams will match. All right, so for a tank top, those of you that know how I like to sew my items together, well, I guess it depends if I'm going to do ribbing or just tuck this under and do cover stitch. But ribbing always just looks a little classier to me. And I don't sew the shoulder and then put ribbing in around the armhole. I like to sew together the entire top and then put the ribbing on. For little kids, I would do a different way, but for this one, this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to serge the shoulder seams and the side seams. And for this one, I'll probably, because I don't remember when I cut this out, and just in case I'm not the same size, because I lost weight in the last few months, this looks a little big. So what I think I'll do is serge the shoulders because I know those will fit. And then I will sew down each side seam with a basting stitch, try on the top, because I don't want a real big, thick rows of serging. So I'm just putting these together, and it looks like the back is a little longer than the front. No big deal. I'll just trim it off when I'm done. So I'm putting pins just to hold this in place. So are any of you going to the Sew Expo in Puyallup? I'm so sorry I'm going to miss you all there, but the cruise was a lot of fun. So I chose the cruise this time. Okay, there's the top. All right, and now look what else I found. I found the cardigan. Looks like a hot mess. I know. We should just do this whole year with UFO projects, but I don't have that many more. I either threw them out or they're in a bin somewhere that I can't find. But these were in the most recent that I need to sew. And if we decide to do the cruise next year, I better start sewing now for next year to do another fashion show, because if the same people come, they don't want to see the same clothes, right? All right, so on here, I can see my marking for my pocket. Wonder if I have it marked on the other side. I don't. So let's grab a quilter's ruler and some chalk, because you really need to mark that before you sew it together or it might not match. Okay. I've got my ruler. Chalk. What kind of chalk am I going to use? I'm going to use clay chalk, not wax chalk. Let me just check in and see if y'all got any questions for me before I move on. Angie said entered. Angie, are you going to the Sew Fest or Sew Expo? I never get the words right. You know what I'm talking about. Karen, I know why you're cleaning your sewing and you're making room for a big, beautiful machine. I have a feeling. Oh, Angie, yes, you got the same fabric. Did you finish your cardigan? You beat me. You beat me. All right. Any other questions before I keep rolling? Nope. Okay. Oh, Angie's working. Well, hopefully I'll see you in the studio this fall, so at least I get to see you then. That's always more fun anyways. Mandy. Oh, Mandy, you're not going? Well, did you all go on a cruise? Or are you all just waiting for me to come back? Oh, Mary, you and Tara will have a good time. All right, let's go back. Go back to the cutting table. Perfect, perfect. All right, so I have one pocket. I noticed that I have no idea. This is kind of like one of those, I found part of my UFO project, but not all of them. So here's the extra fabric, thankfully, that's already washed and cleaned, but I only found one pocket, and I know I'm going to put two pockets on, so that's weird. Very strange, I would say. And I see, I can just barely see my chalk marks here, so I'm just going to draw these a little darker so I can see them. And then maybe you can see them. So this is that ribbed fabric I have. I have it in quite a few colors. It's on the Angela of Patterns app. And it is so soft and cozy. Oh my gosh, I absolutely, absolutely love it. I do have some blue washed. I washed that a while ago and haven't sewn with it. So now I have a few weeks to kind of catch up on all my sewing since I'm not traveling. And I'm looking forward to it. And I can't think of a better time to sew than when it's really icky out, like right now. All right, what am I doing? I'm just trying to get the chalk to go from one side to the other. I'm not sure if it's a specific drum beat you should do or just hit it. Oh, perfect. You can just barely see it on here. I know, I'm not right. So if I line this up next to each other, this chalk is very not, I'm gonna break it. Sometimes you need to bust this thing up to make it start. There we go. Okay, and then this second line I can just barely see. It looks like it's about 3.5 inches from the front. Let's go 3.5 inches from the front. And this one is about 4.5 inches from there. So 4.5 inches from there. And I just want to draw this line where it goes right along one of those ribbed sections. Four and a half. Was it 4.5? Oh boy. 3.5. 3.5 to there. Those lines are the same. 2, 3, 4.5. All right, you can just barely see, if you look really close, you can see those chalk marks. That's where I want the pocket to go. Now, I actually made 2 of these pockets, but I have no idea where the other one is. So now I got to make another one. And I did a curved bottom. I've already basted it, turned under the edges. So now I've got to press it back out to copy it. What a pain. I'm going to look back through all these fabrics again. I've got the ribbing for the cardigan. You can see the cardigan's going to have little slits in the side. I've already serged the shoulders together. There's the bottom edge for the slits. All right, let's just double check one more time that I don't have a pocket. Nope, extra fabric. And also this fabric has a nap. So shoot, we better check. Which way does the nap go? Looks like it goes down. You could do it either way, but it definitely goes down. So I would have to cut the fabric going that way. I'm going to put an arrow. So when I get back, I remember. Let me just check these last few little pieces. I've got plenty here for some ribbed necklines. Nope, another extra piece. Well, what do you know? No pockets. So now we have to go press this so I can copy and make another pocket. Oh, wait, one more piece here. Is it there? No. And it's even too small. All right, let's head over to the iron. Patty, I'm with you. I can hardly wait to see this cardigan finished too. And the weather's so icky right now. I think it would be perfect for the weather. And I love the fabric. So the one that I made out of this, that's the V-neck, the shorter one, I've been wearing nonstop, even though I forgot to hem it. But I know that won't surprise you all. So let's all add shock there. Oops. You know what's nice though is this fabric doesn't really fray very much. So the raw edge of my sleeve, not the one I'm wearing, this, I did a cuff on this one and then hemmed it like that. I actually hemmed this one. But this one, the one that I've been wearing that is definitely not hemmed, the fabric doesn't fray. So I guess that's a bonus. All right, did I get this right, or is it disfigured, or it's actually cut? Did I cut this off grain? Wowzer, I sure did. So, like the grain line's going sideways. Well, maybe that's why I don't have two of these. Let's go cut some more. That is unacceptable. Oh, it would make a great vest. I agree. I agree. I know. This is such fun fabric. It's super, super soft too. I was actually thinking when I started to make this, I was thinking this would be, let me get into the camera. It's when we do our squats all day. All right. So I was actually thinking that this fabric would have been, I mean, January's gone, but I was thinking a tank top out of the same fabric. It's a little warmer, more of a wintry feel, but it's still breathable because it has rayon in it. I was thinking this would be a great sweater cardigan set for Florida in the winter, or if you're going on a trip like the cruise. Kind of miss that boat, literally. But this would be great because you have the tank top and you have layers. So a lot of times when you go out and it's in those warmer climates, you leave at 4 or 5 o'clock for dinner. Well, it depends if you're going for the senior discount or not. But let's just say you leave at 4. A lot of times it's still warm. And then you go into a restaurant and it's freezing. And then you leave at night and it's freezing. So it's a really good layering cardigan. All right, let's go cut this pocket out on grain this time. What in the world was I thinking? Okay, what pieces do we have? So this is going down. So I'll cut the pocket going this way. Well, I think what I'm going to do first is cut right on. I'm cutting right down. This is a ribbed knit. Can you see that a little bit closer? I'm cutting right down the ribbing just to help guide myself. And it's about here. So let's cut this one straight down the ribbing. Then I know that's on grain line. All right. Do we have enough to cut another one? Oh, sure. Why not? So let me just line this up. I'm going to cut this a little bigger than I need. And why don't I line this up? Boy, that was really off grain. Holy cow. How did nobody tell me about that? Well, probably you did if I went back to read the comments, right? I see somebody asking, yes, the Fashion Sewing Club, all of the episodes are recorded. You don't have to show up for the live. And that and the chat are always uploaded to the Fashion Sewing Club immediately after. Well, like within 48 hours. Okay. That's straight. So there's one pocket. And is there enough for another one? Oh, absolutely. So why don't I start here? I'm cutting right down the ribbing. Probably when I laid the pocket, the pattern on that pocket, it does kind of, this fabric is a little squirrely. It moves around a lot. All right. This one's a little bit skewed. Okay, what do we got here? I'm thinking it's going to be a lot easier to cut this on the fold. Making sure that's lined up on a grain line, which it is. Yeah, this is really bad. Super. This would be what you call super bad. And I'm not talking about superpowers. I'm talking about super bad. Yeah, that's a nice rounded curve. All right, let's match that up to this one here. Just out of curiosity, you all know that like green is one of my favorite colors. I love wearing it. Kind of matches my eyes. What is your favorite color to wear? Like, what is your go-to? And you can't say black because black is like my go-to for everything, but I'm talking about color. Like if you were going to grab something besides black, what color would you pick to make something out of that you're going to wear? I green, let's see what else. Navy. I love pink. Although I don't always grab pink because it's kind of bright, but okay, that looks pretty good. So the next thing I'll need to do is baste around this entire edge. Let me make sure that is this too wide? No, it's fine up here. So I'll baste around all the edges so I can turn this in and press it to prep it as pockets. And then this will tuck under just a little bit. All right, let's go stitch those. While I'm there, I might as well kill two birds with one stone. Oh, green and purple, that's a good one. Yeah, blue would be next. I love blue. Oh, Mary, you're a yellow person. Yellow's beautiful. Green, of course. Of course, Mary, of course. All right, so headed over here to my luminaire. Hey, by the way, I just finished working on my print moda. I just want to give you a little tip. If you've been using a lot, be sure to clean your ink heads every once in a while. So if you have any issues with it, all you got to do is download. I downloaded the driver to my computer because I want to print from my computer. Here we go. How's that? Perfect. Okay, don't get seasick, but we're going to go to the window here. Sewing, straight stitch, stitch length of 5.0. I use that for basting. All right. I think you can see that. It's a weird angle because I have the serger on the other side of me, but hopefully you can see. All right, so here are my pockets. I'm just going to baste all the way around them with about, just about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. It's actually closer to a quarter, but between a quarter and a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I don't need to back stitch because I'm going to pull up on both sides. You'll see this in a second. Just maneuver around the fabric. I'm not using my automatic needle or my automatic cutter because I need some extra tails at the end. Now here's a little tip. If you have any issues getting your corners, your curves straight, or I should say the same, like sometimes when you start sewing and then you keep going around the corner, this side might not be the same curve as the other. Here's a little tip for you. Start at the top. Go all the way down and maybe stop halfway through. And right here, just do a back stitch. Maybe 2 of them just to secure it. You're going to pull this out anyways. Probably you're not even going to be able to see it, so don't worry about it. So this side, I stitched from the top and went all the way down. Okay, top all the way down. Flip your pocket over and do the same thing. So no back stitch at the beginning. And it's funny, it's just the angle of your hand or the angle that you're sewing that now both sides, if you have any problems with them being a little bit different, that's just a little tip for you. Make sure I back stitch a couple. I'm back stitching because when I go to pull the top edge up here, I don't want it to come out at the bottom. So I did one where I went all the way around. I guess we'll see how accurate my stitching is. And this one, we went from the top all the way down, flipped it over, and went all the way down. While I'm here, let's go ahead and baste these side seams in of the tank top. And you will want to back stitch at the top because it's really easy for these to fall out. And I can tell that this is way too big. I don't know how tight I want it, but I can tell this is way too big. So I'm giving myself a real healthy 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. My needle is in the center position, so that's why it might look bigger than it is. Also, when you're doing the basting stitch, you might notice the fabric kind of ripples a little bit. Just pull that out till it so it looks nice. Here, let me make it just a little bit lighter for you. That better? There. Okay, now this side. I could go ahead and baste in the shoulder seams if I want to, just for fit. And I might just do that just so I can just try it on and then serge them all at the same time. I don't think I'm going to add ruching to this one, simply because it's a pretty thick fabric, and if you add ruching to this, it might add a few lbs. I don't think you want that. Well, I know I don't, so. All right, basted. Why don't we just go ahead and baste the shoulders? All right, so our top is ready to try on. No, I'm not doing that live. So let's go work on the pockets. Yeah, I'm laughing with you on that because that would definitely be a massive wardrobe malfunction if I did that. Just ask me, I know. Oh, thanks, Darlene. Hey, Betsy. Trisha said she's into the pink. What needle? So Lisa, right now, I don't even know what's in there because I'm just basting. So normally when I would go to sew this, I would use a stretch needle, but I probably have a 12 universal in there right now. Any other questions before I move on? Hey, Phyllis, no, I didn't stabilize the pocket. So you'll see how I press it and get it ready. And you could stabilize it, but I don't think it's going to droop because it's not that big. It's not that big, and it's pretty stable, the fabric is. But I like the way you're thinking. If it was a softer fabric, then I might stabilize it and add a lining. Maybe you could put fusible interfacing on the back and then add a piece of cotton or something like that to keep it together. All right, so Here you go. By pulling this edge here, so this one looks like this is the one that ends at the bottom. What I'm doing is it gives it that nice curve around the pocket. So now you need your iron and your clapper. Let's get around that curve here. And you'll notice that the thread actually makes that curve where my stitching was. Where did this side go? I can't see the thread. Did I not sew that side? No, I see the thread. It's a very short one. Here we go. No? There it is. Wowzer. Okay. When it's the same color, my goodness, you can hardly see it. All right. So I can see where that thread is, where it's pulling right there. Just kind of slide it out right to the edge of the thread. Now let's take it over to this side. Look at how different that looks. Isn't that amazing? It's a beautiful curve. All right. The fabric is getting stuck on my iron. How does that look? Let me fold it in half. Wow, that really looks good. All right, so this was the one that we did down one side and down the other. I'm not going to keep all that extra in here, so I'll trim some of this. I'll make sure that this is pushed all the way out too. It looks like I've got a little bit more. Now, if you're pressing with the knit, I'm using an iron shoe. You all know that. This is the Laura Star iron. I absolutely love it. And the iron shoe, I can put right on knits and it doesn't melt the fabric. All right, so this one here, I think I started at one end and went all the way around the other. So because we didn't backstitch on this one, just pull it a little bit to this side, and now let's do the other one. I don't think I backstitched. No, here we go. Now I used a pretty wide seam allowance. Obviously, if you did something smaller, like 1/4 of an inch, it would even curl up even easier. I just like to have that extra bulk in there, and then I'll trim it out. But sometimes if you do it too small on the sweater knits, it just doesn't work as good for me. Maybe for you, but not for me. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I did a pretty darn good job on this one. This is the one I just stitched all the way around. So what is the steam doing? Well, the steam is kind of shrinking up those seam allowances underneath. So look at now. I know there's more work to do before you sew it on. The sewing on is the easiest part. The prep is what makes it fit right and look good. All right, what do we think? Is it pretty even? Slide this side in just a little bit more. At least it's on grain now. Goodness gracious, that was a terrible cut. Maybe I was just doing it for class and didn't pay any attention. I'll have to go back and watch my own video. Put a big disclosure. Make sure you're on grain line. All right, that looks good. And now how far, let's see, how big do we want the pocket? I wonder, you know me, I'm always coming up with new design elements. What if we did like a cute binding on the top? Maybe something with a bow? Let's go check it out. I've got an idea. I mean, I don't know if it'll work, but let's see. What do we have? 15 more minutes? All right. I know it took an hour to do pockets, but this is one of the decorative parts of the cardigan. So I love gold buttons. Make it look really chic. What about that? Let me make sure these are the same size. How are they? Oh, look at that. That's a thumbs up. All right, hearts in the comments, or be sure to like the post, and then I know you want to watch the rest of this top. If you're on Facebook, be sure to subscribe too, will you? That would be great. Oh, what's my goal on YouTube? All right, if you're on YouTube, my goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers before I retire. Yeah, so share it with your friends. I'm not getting any younger. Okay, I have an idea. Let's try something really fun. If this was folded over like this, how about this far? Let's just guess. Okay. How wide is this? Little under 25 inches, under 5 inches, so like 2.5. So I could just have a nice binding like this at the top, like where this was stitched on, and a bigger piece. That's kind of too big. But what if, let me cut one more just to see what this will look like. Now, if I didn't have extra scraps here, I'd be using a muslin fabric to kind of figure this one out. What about something like, if there was a little, no, I don't like that. That's way too thick. I was thinking like, you know, the kind that has just a little peek hole here. I have a better idea. How about if I sew this on, I'm just going to pin it. If I sewed it to the wrong side of the pocket, all right, and then flipped this over like this. Oh, I like that. Let's go to the ironing board and I'll show you this. And then you let me know yes or no if you like it. I think it just gives a little more. And I also think, I doubt I'm going to put my phone in here because the phone's kind of heavy. But let's just check it out. So This is the right side, and this is the right side. So if I pin it to the wrong side and then kind of make a casing like this, that looks nice. Almost looks like a hat. The phone will fit in there a little bit better because it's taller. And I could technically put a beautiful gold button right here. Well, hey, Phyllis, I just came up with an idea for you, or like what you just mentioned. Sometimes these can get a little floppy. I don't think this one will because it's pretty stable, but I could put a buttonhole and a button right to the cardigan. No, I think just a button. That way, if my phone's in there, the button will still show. I think my phone's too heavy for the sweater anyways because the whole thing will sag. So what do you guys think? Should I do the binding like this? Would you do a buttonhole and then have it attach right to the cardigan? Or would you have a fake buttonhole or a fake button so you could still put your hand in there? Buttons. All right, let's see what we got for buttons. Hold tight. I've got a whole stash. So you can't see me, but you can hear me. I'm going to walk through and find, oh, I found some. Oh, are those boats? What is that? Oh, it's a crown. All right, I've got a few options here. Okay, wait for it. Ooh, I like that. Look, it's kind of a brushed gold. These are really expensive too. Yeah, these are like really. I bought them a long time ago. They were really expensive a long time ago. So if I do this more like a binding, still trying to debate where to put the button. All right, well, there's one. I have a smaller version of that one. There's the smaller version. I don't know, I always like big buttons. Big buttons just look cute. Guess you got to be careful what you say there. Or here's a crown. Like a princess crown. Which one do you like? Big button, little button, or crown? I really like this brushed gold. It kind of ties in with the brushed fabric a little bit. Now the question is, do we do something a little flatter? Because that's pretty full because this is so thick. I could just do a binding like this, a button like that. I kind of like that though. Or sew it to here and just flip this. I could sew it right to here and flip this over it. Oh, I think I like that. It's a little flatter. And so the crown, I'm already voting, is out. So now the big thing is, do you like the big button or the little button? All right. Checking in. Oh, you guys all like big ones. Okay. I like the big ones too. I think it looks good. I think the small one's too small. It's such a thick fabric. Everybody's saying big. If anybody logs into the live show today, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? We'll tell them fish. Oh, two little ones. Esther, do you want the two little ones to go sideways or up and down? Big news, big. We're talking big fish, guys. We want big fish and we want big buttons. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cindy, if you're watching, I know you're laughing. I'm almost going down the rabbit hole you went down last week on your live show. You like it, Mary? I do too. Sideways. Okay, let me see what it looks like, Esther. Hold tight. Let me see what 2 buttons look like. So we've got, so far the vote is 1 big button. Esther wants to see what it looks like with 2 little ones. There's 2 little ones. It's starting to look like a snowman. Let's see what 3 little ones. No, Esther, I'm going to have to go with 1 big. I do like those small buttons, though. But I like the way you're thinking. I know. I thought so too, Jane. Like they look like bug eyes. All right, you're all are saying 1 big, 1 big. I agree. I agree. All right, so we got a giveaway to give away. Here they are. Let me just bring up the camera for you. There's your version that somebody's going to win. Let me just brighten that up for you a little bit. You can thank your friends at Laserbee that are designing these for me. They sent an extra copy. Look at how beautifully that is packaged. You got the Angela Wolf logo, the pen, 2 trays. So you got 24 colors in there. We're going to draw that here in just a second. Actually, less than a second, probably. Oh, Sandy, if you're looking for that fabric here, do you have the Angela Wolf Patterns app downloaded on your phone? So you can get it on the Angela Wolf Patterns app, and it comes in a lot of colors. I've got black. I don't even know if I put the black on the website. I've got a huge bolt of black because that's the color I always go to. I've got blue, rust color. There's some really cute colors. Deborah says, I need. Awesome, you guys. Awesome. All right. Let me find it for you here real quick. I always hate when you log in there, I always give you like a ton of notes. Just let me get to my website so I can copy it. So this is a different website. This is different than Angela Wolf Patterns. So for the fabric, I'm putting a link right here. That is the Fabric Stash sales site, okay? And there are a ton of different fabrics on there. Everything that's in stock. And if they don't have it, you can always go on a what they call a wait list. And if there's enough people on the wait list, I might order more if I can. Not all of it's available over and over. All right, you ready for the giveaway? Hey, Cindy, the contest closed already. You were able to enter for the last 3 weeks. So sorry if you missed it. All right, so you have a pen. Here is, before I do the drawing. Oh, you're welcome, Sandy. And also, Sandy, if you end up joining the Fashion Sewing Club, there's always 25% off of fabrics and patterns. So if you're thinking of that, you want to do that before you order fabric. And there's always a discount code somewhere. So if you can't find it, let me know. Here are the booths you need to know about. When you go to Sew Expo, you've got Kai Scissors. Don't forget to stop there. And Jeff said, I know the Wolfpack's going to want to get together. And so how about Friday at 5? So if you're in there Friday at 5, be sure to stop by the Kai Scissors booth and take a picture with the Wolfpack so I can see you all. Yeah. And also, Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. Cindy, the contest opened a couple weeks ago and it ended before the show, so you didn't miss anything today. But good luck at work. Um, so Kai says there's a free fashion show on Saturday at 6 p.m. that Joe's putting on, Dancing with the Stars. So don't forget about that. That's in there. Let's see, what else do we have? For all of you that love Brother products, don't forget. Let me see what booth they've got. Like a whole aisle. I emailed everyone yesterday to get their booth numbers. um, Quality Sewing. They've got a whole Notion section, and then they have an entire section for sewing machines. So you definitely want to go stop by there. They always have really good deals, especially if you're stocking up on embroidery stabilizer. Don't forget that. All right, let's see what booth it's in. All of these came up. You've got Craft Optics that's going to be there. They always have a good deal. If you've never tried those on, stop by their booth, try them on, and take a selfie and send it to me because I'd love to see it. All right, you've got Fabric. Vogue Fabrics is there. Yay! Vogue Fabrics is back this year. I'm bummed I'm going to miss it, but you've got that, and you have Amanda's Bundles, who even has a bigger booth. And you know that not faux leather, it was real leather. You know that leather I bought last year? She said she has a lot of leather. So she's got some fabulous knits if you're making any knits. Even this cardigan would be gorgeous out of her knits. So that's there too. So you got that, Amanda's Bundles. And I know there's another one I'm missing. Craft Optics is in booth 511. So I want to give you that booth because sometimes they're on a corner. I don't want you to miss them. All right, Riva says they're in booth. They've got a big booth, 514 to 524. And it actually goes from 514 to 825. That's like a whole row. Yeah. And Kai Scissors is probably right across the angle from there. You can't miss them. So go say hi to Devin and Jeff, take photos, and post them and tag me because I love those too. All right, am I missing anybody? I could be, but Vogue. Vogue is 704 to 708. And Joe has a huge booth, and I think it's 16 booths. You said you can't miss him. He's in 135, so it's in that other building over there. So just be sure if you've never been to the show, go there and make sure that you get a little catalog so you can figure out where everybody is. Because there's so many times I leave there and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to go to such and such booth. Is it the 40th anniversary this year? Wow. That's pretty cool. Hey, Kelly. The Wolfpack is saying thank you for the beautiful gift. We're getting ready to draw for it right now. So Expo in Lakeland. No, Linda, that's in a couple weeks. And no, I'm not going there, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of people there. All right, let's draw. Who is the winner for this? Let me just bring up the contest here. It's different than doing the live giveaway because you had to enter to win this one. All right, results. Wow, a lot of you wanted these. You're only allowed to enter once per person. We've got 455 people that wanted one of these. That's awesome. So why don't you all go to my website and order them with a discount code if you don't win? Because Kelly and Sharon would be super excited to manufacture all those, right? Okay. Let's draw a winner. And also, if you added, and there was a little note, if you entered the contest and you shared it with a friend on Facebook, you actually got 2 entries. Yeah. And also, if you're in the Fashion Sewing Club, you got an extra entry. So those are all in here as well. All right. The winner is, let me drop down the winner badge. Hold on. You got to wait for it. Sorry. This one takes a little bit longer. Oh, I think she's live here today too. Yeah, it's downloading. So just so you know, I always ask questions when we do the giveaways, and let's see what she had to say. She might guess. She might be able to figure out it's her that won too. And when you do leave notes on that, just for the record, I do actually read all of them. A lot of times I'm asking, hey, would you like to learn something particular? Is there any class you'd like? We haven't done any online classes lately, and some people had said that they miss those. I kind of thought of those as COVID, but so this is where I get a lot of your information to share. All right. She says, what extra help does she need when she's looking for what to sew? What design to do, choosing what design to do. All right. And her comments, Angela, you're such an amazing person, teacher. Thank you for sharing your passion with us. Love your wolf pack. Okay. Love you too. Uh, the software must have known you were spreading the love. Kelly says, everyone ordered. They can get 455 sets ready. All right. Here it is. Congratulations, Sandra Holler. Congratulations. I see you say, not me, not me. Congratulations, you guys. Sandra, thank you so much. Sandra, I should say. Thank you, and congratulations. This is so exciting for you. So I will be sending this to you in the original box that Kelly sent it to me. And enjoy your new embroidery project trays. Now, if you'd like to order these, we are pre-ordering them right now. They're already making the first batch. So if you didn't win, there is a coupon code for you. I'll get it for you. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll get it right here for you. If it's still active, it should be, but you never know. Here it is. The coupon code. Oh, this is really difficult, guys. The coupon code is capital letters thread tray. Yeah. And it is good for the thread trays. And if you go to the Angela Wolf Patterns app, it's right there. I can bring it up for you just so you can see that. There you go. It always takes a second to navigate around here. Sorry about that. So you can go to the Angela Wolf Patterns app, or if you want to go to it online, it's right here. So let me show you where this is. I'll put the link down below. Here you go. You can also get there from using just on your computer as well. Yeah, these are really cool. Here you go. Oh, that was weird. It's flickering. This is also where a lot of my patterns are. Oh, here's some of that fabric. So this is right here is the fabric I'm wearing. I'm pretty sure the discount code will work for fabric too. If not, I'll make sure I add some fabric on there. Some of you asked, when is the next fabric stash sale? I don't have a date planned yet just because I've been super busy. But there will be because I had some new fabric arrive. So here are the thread trays. Click on them right here. If you want to join the email list, feel free. And there they are. Use your coupon code though, and you'll get a discount. And also, I'm going to go back here just a little bit. Boy, that's annoying. That's my own website and I'm annoyed. I'll make sure I take that off of there. Oh, Darlene says, thanks. Get ready, Kelly. Here they are, right on the second page. So this is what I was wearing. This is the pine ribbed sweater knit. I'm pretty sure that coupon code will work for this. If it doesn't, I will fix it so it does. Fashion Sewing Club, you have your own discount. Don't forget, 25% off always. But this is the color I'm doing next. That's in my UFO project. This is the one I just did. This one is a gorgeous, almost like a mustard yellow. It's real rich though. There's the black. And there's the rosewood. That's a really pretty color too. See if there's any more. I can't remember myself. Oh, there's the rust. And I think those are all the colors. The rest of these are other sweater knits. The all soft. I think I'm out of some of those. I better do some checking on the website, right? All right, everyone. Oh, Terry, isn't that pretty? I know. Hey, Terry, how are you? I like that rosewood color too. Any other questions? Well, Sandra, congratulations. I'll send you an email because I actually know it because you're in the Fashion Sewing Club. So I guess that's where the Fashion Sewing Club having 2 entries really gets helpful. So everyone, it's so great to see you. We'll talk soon. And if you have any questions, you know how to find me. info@angelawolf.com. Until next time, happy sewing. Something like that. Bye.